Hey guys, what's going on? Enders here. Welcome to another video. Today's video I'm going to be talking about my thought process while I play the game and trying to explain to you guys how I go about going on some of the streaks that I do and just sort of how to stay alive, killing more, dying less, trying to be efficient with gameplay, efficient with how you use the environment around you. So, a lot of what I think people have trouble with in Battlefield games is just the very chaotic nature of them and a failure to try to separate actions, you know? I feel like people get overwhelmed a lot. They jump into situations and they expect to spin 360 degrees and, you know, kill everybody. And you really can't get away with that in Battlefield. And the best way to try to go about being more efficient in your gameplay is a lot of things, actually. So, I think the most important thing in Battlefield is not aim, it's awareness. If you can be aware while you're playing the game, you're naturally going to get caught off guard less, and you're going to catch more people off guard with, say, you're pre-aiming or you're just positioning and all that stuff. If you're aware of where people are, you can be conscious of that and position accordingly. Particularly in close quarters fights, you'll see I'm using the Automatico here. You need to try to be creative and use the environment around you, and your timing needs to be good. And you need to have good angle use. You see, I peeked over that little broken area of the house rather than going in the house and trying to fight him. Be a little creative with your angles. Use what's around you. You see, I'll push up on this half wall here. You know, I don't jump over the wall. I use the wall to my advantage. And I don't really move out of cover unless I need to move out of cover to push up or anything. And you'll see, when I move up in a lot of these situations, I'm always looking for the closest possible safe cover. It doesn't matter if I have to prone to be safe behind it. If it's safe for even a second, I'm going to try to get to it as fast as possible and utilize it for as long as possible. And I think people miss out on actually a lot of safe cover because they think it's not safe. They just don't know how to make it safe. And this is why I prone so much when I play all Battlefield games. I might only be proning for a couple seconds, but that couple seconds allows me to, you know, gain a pre-aim, get a position, be ready, and try to outplay that person with either my peak timing and other stuff. Now, while you're in a situation like I was there, for instance, with the Automatico behind the rock, if your enemies are spotted on the map like they were, the only thing you should be looking at on screen is you should be conscious of where your crosshair is, and you should be conscious of the minimap at all times. I explain this a lot when I stream. I'm almost always looking at my minimap in entirety when I'm prone like that. I'm not even looking at my screen, really. And the reason I don't have to look at my screen is my crosshair is already where I want it before I prone. And that buys me a lot of time. Like, I don't have to readjust instantaneously when I want to take the fight. Here is a good example of just good push timing. You know, they don't really expect me here, so I'm trying to move around this area I call it in order. So I try to take out enemies in the order that makes the most sense, and I end up actually clearing them out, especially those prone guys, because I'm killing people that are the biggest threat to me. Same with this situation here. You might ask, well, why don't you play Battlefield 4 if you want to explain something like this? Well, actually, I think Battlefield 1 as a whole is actually the best Battlefield game to learn the fundamentals of Battlefield, because Battlefield 1 has the lowest skill ceiling and the smallest skill gap. And what that means is the only thing really separating players is your fundamentals. And this clip is a perfect example of that. You see how I'm using the map around me. You see how I'm very aware of what's going on. I'm always trying to buy some time, get into a better position, do creative peaks, creative timings like that. That guy had no idea what was happening. You know, a little strafe in, strafe out like that. Quick engage in my peaks. And that is really what separates a lot of Battlefield players from a lot of other people. You have to really have solid fundamentals. And Battlefield 1 drills that, I'd say, not more heavily, but because there's less in the game to use, it matters more, if that makes sense. So, hopefully this little video helped some of you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I can't speak for some reason. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button. 10,000 subscriber montage very, very soon. I want to say it'll be out maybe next Saturday, which is the 28th. Don't quote me on that. I will have an exact date for you. Keep an eye on Twitter. Keep an eye on my Twitch channel. Keep an eye on the YouTube community tab for solid information. So, I've been Enders. I will see you guys in the next video.